What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another electrifying episode of Micatron TV. Y'all don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, share, and turn on the notification bells like every YouTuber says. Don't forget to do it. Y'all like my new setup, Sugar Skull thermostat? If I ever get a major following, I might put some cool stuff on the background, but, want to do a major shout out to a big YouTuber, Splinter from Prison POV. He's been rocking with me, man. He's been giving me some good ideas with my channel. So, I'm making a new video on an old video. It's called METH Psychosis, and I'm gonna tell probably the most major story with METH Psychosis with me, and it's still vividly burnt in my mind and this happened back in 2004. I was 18 years old in 2004. And it still is burnt into my mind like it was yesterday. A lot of things, I'm not still sure if they really happened or if they were like micro naps or what really happened, but there are certain things, and I will state them throughout the story of what I know really happened. So I'm taking y'all back to 2004. I was in the dope game. My main hustle was trading crack cocaine for fentanyl and morphine. And that was my hustle. My main drug of choice back then was meth. And what I would do is I would trade crack to these people that had cancer, and because I could get crack for trading for weed. My crack connect couldn't get loud. This was back in 2004. Everybody's calling it hydro. It was hard to get. It wasn't like it is now, believe it or not, kids. My crack plug would give me his whole bag of shake for 1/8 of loud, and you're talking like 3 or 4 grams of crack, and I would bring it back to a good bit more than that. That's another thing he showed me. But anyways, back to the story. My hustle was that to get the fentanyl patches and the morphine pills, and then I had a big meth dealer that loved opiates. I didn't really like opiates back then. Later on in life, opiates became my drug of choice. But back then, I didn't really care for them. They made me sick. I liked meth. I liked staying up all night, tweaking out, like doing all kinds of crazy stuff. So I say that to preemphasize, I never had a job. I didn't have a job longer than a week when I was 18, but I was able to stay strung out. I knew a lot of the big drug dealers, so I could middleman. And then there were 3 different people, and they got them all around the same time of the month. So at the beginning of the month, I would have unlimited amount of opiates. And my meth connections, I had a couple that just loved them, so I could stay strung out. So I say that, I'm going to start the story off. I was at Walmart, and I had been tweaking out in the Walmart parking lot, and I thought my friend Adam was with me the whole time. And I was sitting there talking to him, and I say that because I went back whenever I got out of the hospital. Got out of the hospital, and I actually called him, and I was like, dude, why'd you leave me hanging like that, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, man, I wasn't even with you. I haven't seen you in like 2 weeks. So I had an 88 Camry, and it was bad to blow bus fuses. And I was going into Walmart to get bus fuses. Well, I was spun out. I don't even know if I got the bus fuses. But I went in there, and I came out, and I lost my car. I literally parked it in the parking lot, but I lost my car. So I'm walking all around Walmart. There's like a big neighborhood around the back of Walmart, and I'm walking all around it. I was on probation at the time. I kept seeing my probation officer driving by, so I'd be ducking around, running. I had absconded on him, and I was ducking around looking crazy. But walking around this neighborhood, I would see big bags of dope on the ground, and I would be like, oh shit, I'd run over there and grab them, pick them up, put them in my pocket. I'd see money laying on the ground, go over there, pick it up, and I'd go somewhere where I felt like it was safe, and I'll go to pull it out of my pocket, and it would just be like leaves or dirt or something like that. So I'm walking around, still looking for my car in this neighborhood, and my car the whole time is in this parking lot at Walmart. So, apparently, I know this really happened, what I'm about to tell y'all. I know this really happened. I got picked up by a couple, 2 people, a man and a woman. They had just left church. This was a Sunday night. They had just left church. And they said, man, we couldn't go past you, dude. You look like, if we'd have left you, you would have got pulled over by the law. And we didn't want to, we wanted to help you out or whatever. They could tell I was spun out, bug-eyed, just out there, man. And I told them, I was like, man, I lost my car. So they're like, well, we're going to help you find it. So, mind you, we're over there by Walmart. And the dude's like, I got to go to Walmart and take my girl to return something. But as soon as we return that, we'll help you find your car. So we go over there. I actually remember them buying me a drink out of the drink machine, I think, before she went in. And we're driving around looking for a parking spot. And I look over and I'm like, oh shit, there's my car. Imagine that, in the Walmart parking lot. So I jump out. Let me go back. I was actually talking to that guy after we dropped his girl off at Walmart driving around the parking lot. He was asking me if I could get him some dope. And I was like, yeah, man, I got you. Just help me find my car. And so I find my car. I jump out to get in it. I don't know what I told the guy. It's been a long time ago. I got in my car, started tweaking out again. And I remember vividly seeing this. Now, obviously, this did not happen, but I vividly saw this. My door comes open, and a midget gets in the car, but I can tell it's the guy I was just talking to in the car. And he's got a needle hanging out of his arm. And the midget looks over at me and says something like, I'm so cold. And then his head explodes. And I see it, but it smells like a freaking airbag. I can still smell it. It smells like an airbag was exploding. And it stunk so bad. And I jump out of the car, and I'm freaking out, thinking I'm getting set up. Like, in my mind, I'm thinking these people sold this dude some bad dope, made his head explode, and now I'm getting set up. So I'm seeing all these laser dots coming at me, like from a gun, and so I'm ducking and dodging behind cars, and I'm just bobbing and weaving, hiding behind the car, and then I'm making army moves. I think I'm making army moves anyways, because I think I'm about to get shot. Like, just super paranoid. And I bet the guy was probably like, what the fuck? This dude just got in his car and jumps out and is ducking and dodging and running up to the front. He was probably like, I got to get the fuck out of here. Because there is a police department in the Walmart where I'm at, where I was at. It was Hendersonville, North Carolina, back in 2004. They actually had a police annex in the Walmart. And after a certain time, which it was after that time, I'm pretty sure after dark, they had a police officer that would sit at a station right there and watch the people that would come in that one entrance, because it was a 24-hour Walmart. And so I'm up there. I'm wanting to get to that cop, because I'm thinking people are trying to kill me. I ain't got a gun on me. I ain't got nothing. I'm thinking people are like legitimately like the next second I'm going to be dead. And dude, I mean, it's crazy. Like, the people that I wanted to stay away from the most, like, I got so far out there thinking people were trying to kill me and set me up. I literally did this, man. I went up to the cop and I was like, dude, somebody overdosed in my car. People are trying to kill me. And he walks out to my car with me. And he's like, man, there's nobody in your car. He's like, as a matter of fact, let me see your ID. He runs my name. I had the absconding warrant out of the county next to me, but it was only misdemeanor probation. So he wasn't really tripping on it. He's like, man, if you get in your car right now and leave Walmart, I'm not gonna arrest you. I'm gonna give you a pass. And it was like it snapped me out of it for a second. And I was like, thank you. I jumped in my car. I didn't even make it. I don't even think the car would have turned on, but I didn't make it to even attempt. I started tripping out. I'm thinking all these people are in my car, coming up to my car, being like, man, you sold that dude that bad dope. We know you sold him that bad dope. You sold him that bad dope. And then while I'm tripping out on this shit, I'm like talking to people that aren't there. I think that cop comes back out to my car and asks me for a urine sample. So I get out of my car, I grab this 32-ounce big gulp cup, pour it out, walk into Walmart to the bathroom, piss in the cup, And then I walked back over there. The cop was not at his station when I walked in or whenever I went to leave. I set a cup of piss on the table, and there was someone bringing cards in, and I said, hey, tell that cop I left that right there. He asked for it. And so yeah, needless to say, it wasn't but about 15 minutes later, the sheriff's department was there arresting my ass. And I still remember I had McDonald's bags that had syringes in them, and I was telling them, I was like, man, they planted all that stuff in there. And I was firmly convinced that all that stuff was planted. I mean, I wasn't in there trying to, cop a plea or whatever. I was firmly convinced that I was getting set up around all these different angles. So they take me to jail. And in Henderson County Jail, when they sit you down, they hook you up to the bench with the handcuffs. I don't know why I couldn't think of that. They hook you up with the handcuffs to a bench, but there's a window right behind you, right here, that you can see where they bring people in. And so you can stand up and you can look out there, but you're still handcuffed. And then in front of you, there's an officer station. That's where they do all your booking and stuff, where they write up your charges and stuff. Most jails I know are like that. All the ones I've been in, they always have you sitting right in front of them while they're doing your paperwork. And so I remember standing up and looking out there and seeing a guy that I owed a lot of money come in the back of a cop car. And I'm like freaking out. I'm like looking out the window, and I'm just like freaking out. I'll sit back down and I'll be looking out the window, and then I'm like, I can't be around that dude that's about to come in. And they're like, nobody just came in. I'm like, I can't be around that dude that's about to come in. He will kill me. I don't know why I was always so bad to think everybody was going to kill me. Like, I don't know. Meth fucks me up way worse than the normal person. It makes me go straight up schizo. I'll be talking to piles of clothes. That was my biggest thing. I'd be out there and piles of clothes would turn into people. But the second I would say something to them, they would stop talking to me. It was so weird. I did figure that out. I had it down to a science back then. So I was telling those cops that, and I remember I would stand up and look at it, and they were getting like a kick out of this. I remember it was like I snapped out of it again for a second. I looked over at them, and they were all just like, what the fuck, dude? Like, you're out there. So, like I said, it was a misdemeanor probation violation warrant. I had another warrant in Henderson County, too, I think, for like, I don't even remember what it was. Something to do with a stolen cell phone. To get a new one, I had to file a report with my insurance company with my, and they found out that I didn't tell them exactly where it got stolen from because it was a dope house. And I had to have one to get a new phone. So they found out the report was false. So I got a warrant for that. And so I called my dad, and this is the one time, pretty sure the one time my dad posted my bail. But it was under a condition that I go to the hospital. And so my dad comes up there and gets me. And I'm coming down pretty hard by now. And I remember, I guess I was falling asleep, thinking that I was doing a transaction with Valium, to buy some Valium. And I looked over at my dad and I said, can I get 2 for $5? He was like, what in the fuck is going on with my son? So, we get to Walmart. I can't remember. I think we had to lock my car up or something. I know I didn't drive it back, but we had to do something with my car. My dad had to go in and get the bus fuses and a screwdriver to start the car with. And yeah, my car started with a screwdriver too. So he's in there, and I start tripping out again. And I'm thinking the people that actually sold him the dope are right there in the back of my car. A pile of clothes. Mind you, I thought piles of clothes were people. That was like my downfall, was piles of clothes. I thought they were people. So I'm in the back of my car just beating the shit out of a pile of clothes, man. Just getting it in. Thinking I'm getting the best of them. And once again, I snap out of it for just a second, and I look back, and my dad's standing there with his jaw wide ass up. He's like, what I should have left your ass in jail probably. So that's pretty much the end of it. I made it to my parents' house. I crashed out for probably like a day and a half, and then I went to the hospital. Got tricked up at the hospital when they hit me with some what's that shit called? Thorazine. And that shit made me lock up. I was like, I couldn't move. And my mom came up there to visit me. She was in tears because they were trying to knock me out, I guess. And Thorazine does that to some people and makes them lock up. And then, like, all the people that were in the hospital, like, man, just give them the shot in the ass. We know what it is. It happened to us. It's happened to everybody. Just give them a shot in the ass. And it was called Cogentin. They give you a shot, boom, 30 minutes later, you're fine. That hospital helped me out a couple times. That's a story for another day. That's actually y'all's little preview. I'm going to do my story about the psych wards I've been in from my active addiction. I just want to tell y'all, I'm grateful to be clean today. I'm happy for the life I have. Y'all stay positive, stay real. Until next time, y'all, Micatron TV, over and out.
What are you doing? Back up. What you...